Now, breaking news from NBC4.
That breaking news just in the last hour. The Ohio House has voted to override Governor Mike DeWine's veto of House Bill 68.
Again, House Bill 68 would ban some gender-affirming care for minors and prohibit transgender girls from competing in female athletics. Governor DeWine vetoed the bill at the end of December, saying the bill on gender-affirming care would put children's lives at risk.
Less than 20 minutes ago, the governor released a statement on the Ohio House's decision that reads, "I continue to believe it is in the best interests of children for these medical decisions to be made by the child's parents and not by the government." It
is a bill that has gathered emotional responses from both sides of the aisle, and that is why NBC4 is bringing you team coverage tonight.
NBC4 State House reporter Natalie Fahmy has been gathering all the information she can from lawmakers on the House floor.
And NBC4's Anna Hoffman has been in the community hearing from people who could be most impacted by House Bill 68. Let's begin the team coverage here with Natalie. The very latest from the State House. Natalie.
Jared, Jennifer, after more than 1 hour of debate on the House floor, 65 Republicans voted to override the governor's veto, and 28 Democrats voted not to override it. After the vote was tallied, the House gallery did erupt into a brief protest. 2 weeks ago, Governor Mike DeWine vetoed House Bill 68. Today, he wrote a message for the House to read before taking the vote, but they did not. Democrats on the floor say the bill interferes with health care and is not in the best interest of Ohioans, while Republicans doubled down today on their views that the bill levels the playing field for athletes and protects kids. In vetoing the bill, Governor DeWine also signed an emergency order to ban gender transition surgeries for all minors, but did not make any note of the women's sports portion of the bill. Despite the emergency order and the governor's veto, House Republicans were still motivated to override it.
This bill is not about protecting anyone. We have had hundreds of hours of testimony on this bill. Across all of this time, there have been only a handful of people who have identified as a detransitioner.
Issues continue. Once the legislature votes on it, that's not necessarily the end of the discussion on the issue. It might be the end of the discussion when it comes to a veto override in the law. But as we look forward, we'll continue to go on these types of issues as they come up. But I thought the debate today was good. Obviously, it's a very emotional subject and a very emotional issue.
All right, so Natalie, what is the next step in this process? How does it unfold?
So now that the House has overridden the governor's veto on this, now the Senate also has to take a vote. Again, in the Senate, they'll need a 3/5 majority to override this veto, just like they did here in the House. The Senate is likely going to convene on January 24th to take this vote, and members of the Senate and Republican spokespeople say they do have the votes to get this done. Once the Senate takes that vote, 90 days after their vote, this bill will become law.
And so, Natalie, finally, what would an override mean for the governor's emergency executive order?
So it technically doesn't mean anything for the emergency executive order. The governor still put that into place, meaning that all gender transition surgeries for minors are banned across Ohio. Now that the State House is taking the steps to override this veto, if they are successful, that would still go into place. It's technically not permanent, but lawmakers say they would look into making some of the governor's suggestions more permanent law as well.
All right, Natalie, thank you. Now, those against House Bill 68 say they are now faced with some fear, while those who are for it say this is a good day.
NBC4's Anna Hoffman has spent the day with people on both sides of this contentious issue and a lot of emotions around this, right?
Yes, Jen and Jared, emotions are high here today. I spoke with families who have transgender children. They tell me they're scared for what comes next for them. Sam Shim has 2 transgender children. His youngest is 16. He tells me he knows people who have had to move out of the state to get the care that they need, and now he fears that he will have to do the same. Those for the bill tell me this is what should have happened in the first place. Aaron Baer, the president of the Center for Christian Virtue, says this move protects Ohio's kids. He says he's glad the House moved quickly to get this done.
Hospitals like Nationwide Children's will have to limit what services they offer in their programs, and that's really scary that their ability to help children are limited by legislators, and I believe that we're going to see more teen suicides.
The bottom line is we're always going to be looking at best ways to protect children. This is a massive first step. It's been legislation that's been worked on for about 3 years.
Either way, both sides say they know this is not the end. Those families I spoke with say they will not be resting easy tonight, while those who are for the bill say this is cause for celebration. Local for you at the State House, I'm Anna Hoffman, NBC4.
Anna, thank you again. This is a developing story, so stay up to date on everything happening in the State House and background on the bill. Download the NBC4 News app to scan the QR code there on your screen.